I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to see you, except that I can't see you. Only you can see me, but I can't see you. But that's okay. I'm excited to be able to share with you what I've been thinking about and what I've been doing lately. So, if you don't know, I have a challenge group. And in my challenge group, we have been working on a major life transformation. And some of the things that are involved in that transformation are getting enough hydration and getting enough or getting increased movement, so getting increased body movement. And also, we do this thing every day, and it's called a blitz. And what a blitz is that you take your timer and you set it for 15 minutes, and you're going to tackle an area in your house that has given you've been tolerating it. Like it's bothering you, but you really don't do anything about it. As a matter of fact, you kind of overlook it every time you walk by, like that pile of papers on the kitchen table, or everything that gets dumped in a certain spot when you come in the house. So a blitz is you go to that area and you set your timer for 15 minutes and you do as much as you can, as fast as you can. And then you're tackling all the areas in your life. And then we've been talking about like how we feel after we do that. And if you're not in that group, you really should ask to get added to the group, because if you see some of the transformations that many of these women are experiencing, and men, you just won't believe it. You're going to want to do it too. So even though it's too late to be added for the prizes, you can still participate. And we're barely just getting started. We're 4 weeks in, so we're actually a third of the way in. But it's going through October 31st. And the point of it is to transform our life and do the things that we want to do that we haven't been doing. They're going to make our lives better, right? Okay, so this morning, one of the other things that we're doing is we are reading or doing some personal development every day. So reading in Oily Resources and reading in personal development. So, and we're also listening to audio clips. So I've been listening a lot to Tony Robbins, who just rocks. He's awesome. And he talks about what creates happiness. Do you think that you would be happy if you had more money, if you had a better husband, if your children were behaved, if you had this, if you had that? Those things aren't really what makes us happy or feel significant, because people have all those things and then they still commit suicide. So like Robin Williams, he had everything. What didn't he have? He had a family, he had money, he had notoriety, he had all of these things, and yet he still committed suicide. So he was despondent over something. So some of the things that Tony says are that in order for you to be happy, you must be making progress. So there's got to be change. You must be making progress in your life. So are you making progress in areas? Did you have any of those negative emotions that I listed before? Did you have any of those yesterday? Well, I've been reading in Think and Grow Rich for Women in my morning personal development time. And one of the things that I read this morning is that we have anywhere, especially we're talking about women, have anywhere between 16,000 and, well, what was the number? I have to spin around and make you sick when I spin around. I wrote it down. Okay, we have anywhere between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts every day, depending on creativity and our problem-solving skills in our career. Anywhere between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts in a day. And Tony Robbins says that our brain is not, or our mind is not designed to make us happy or fulfilled. Our brain is designed to make us survive. And so because of that, our brain is programmed in the negative. It's always looking for what's wrong. Like, where's the danger? What's going to happen here? Something wrong's going to happen here. I got to be on protection. You think about some of the, when Secret Service men are trained. They're trained to go into a situation, scout out all the doors, look for all the danger. That's what we do. Is we have most of our thoughts, 98% of our thoughts are negative. If you have 60,000 thoughts and 98% of them are negative, dang, no wonder we struggle with depression, right? And those negative emotions, when they happen, they are perpetual. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Whatever you thought about, 80%, sorry, I said 98, I meant 80. 80% are negative. But here's the thing where the 98% came in is 98% of what you thought about yesterday, you will think about today. And 98% of what you think about today, you will think about tomorrow. So we're not like having anything new come up. You don't like solve your problems. You just get up and think of it all over again. So I think that is why, one of the reasons why Scripture says that we're supposed to bring every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. And these negative thoughts, worry is praying for what you don't want. Do you want that? Do you want to worry about, I got to look at this entrance and this exit, and I got to check all this out, and I got to be worried, and what if this comes, and what if this happens? And so I've had this situation in my life, and without going into a ton of detail and being negative about it, but when a certain time of day hits, I start thinking about it. And I was telling, I think it was Kidder, I was telling her, it's like I have sundowner syndrome. As soon as it gets to this certain time of day, I start going, what if this happens? What if this happens? I wonder if this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen. Well, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, and what if the person says this, and what if they say that? And it's like, and it's like this cycle that just pulls me down, 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 and I do fine all day until there's one particular time of day when I anticipate this thing happening, and that's what my mind goes into. And so it's like, no, I have done this for so many. I'm not going to waste any more time like this. I'm not going to do this. Isn't going to be my life. No, I am going to restructure that particular time of my day, and I'm going to do something that I enjoy in that time. I'm going to use that time productively. I'm not going to allow those thoughts to drag me down. Okay, so have you seen the affirmation, Jessica's affirmations? Does anybody? Let me see if you're looking. Good, because you're thinking about Royal Crown Diamond. Well, that's good. If you've seen Jessica's daily affirmations, it's on YouTube. I want you to look that up when we get done here, and I want you to watch it. Okay? And she gets up in the mirror, and she is like 4 years old or something, and she stands up in the mirror, and she's like, she's looking at herself, I like my day, I like my house, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my sisters, I love this, I love that, and she's like all excited and jumping up and down, and then she jumps off the counter and goes on about her day. Okay, you think she does that every day? Yeah, you know where we're going, right? You know where we're coming with this? Okay, I want you, what we're going to do to get more joy in our life is to practice being happy. Now, Tony Robbins says that if you want to change the way you feel, you have to change your state. Okay, if you think about what does a depressed person look like, they're like their shoulders are hunched over, they're looked down, they've got the scowl on their face. So in order to change that, you have to sit up, like get at attention, sit up, be happy, have a different state, get movement. Movement will change your state. So get up and move around. If you're sitting there and you're like down in the dumps, get up and move around. Do what you can do to change your state. So you're going to do that. We are going to practice changing our thoughts. And especially since we can be so negative towards ourselves, I want us to transform that. So every time, this is what you're going to do. And everyone who said, all you're going to have to do to get to be entered in the drawing for that bottle of joy is to do what I'm telling you to do. And then you're going to comment at the end, when I put up a thread on Monday, so we're going to do this all through the weekend, and on Monday morning, you're going to comment in the thread, I did it. And if you comment, I did it, I'm going to have a random list generator drawing, and that person is going to win the bottle of joy. But along the way, because you're practicing joy and practicing happiness and spreading it to other people, you are going to feel better, and you're going to do better, and you're going to make other people feel better too. So one of the things that I was reading somewhere, I don't remember, this wasn't that recent, but whenever you see people, actually Tony did say this. He said whenever he and his wife greet each other when they come home from the day, he'll walk in the door and call her name and say, I'm home, and then they run to greet each other as if they haven't seen each other in forever, and they hug and they kiss, and it's like this happy greeting. Even if they just saw each other, they do that. He goes, we don't do it every time, but we do it a lot. Okay, so I want you to, Denise is like, oh joy. No, I want you to greet everyone that you see in your life with a big smile, as if you're really, really happy to see them, like you haven't seen them for a while. Like, think about this with your kids. So I did this morning, my daughter, and she comes out, and I'm like, hi, how are you? Good morning. And she looked at me and she went, morning. And she turned around and walked away. I go, no, hi. And she's like, yeah, morning, Mom. But I could see that she kind of had a little bit of a smile, right? So my son comes in, because I didn't see him before he left for school, and he comes in, and I forgot about it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and I go, Dylan, look, and so he looks at me, he goes, what? I go, hi, so good to see you, I'm so glad you're home, and he's like, okay. I said, Dylan, he goes, what? I said, I just smiled at you, what are you supposed to do? And he goes, say thank you. I said, no, you're supposed to smile back. You smile back when someone smiles at you. He's like, hey, Mom. Okay, Mom. So, greet every single person you see enthusiastically and with anticipation that they're happy to see you too. You want to see them, you want to greet them, you want to make them feel welcome, you want to make them feel like they're important to you. Every time you're on the phone with someone, you're going to smile really big too. You can tell if someone is happy or sad on the phone with you. So you're going to smile really big anytime you're on the phone. Every time you pass a mirror, you're going to look at yourself and you're going to smile really big. And you're going to say, you're awesome. You're making progress. You're doing well. Only don't say it you, but it is you, but say I. I am awesome. I look good. I'm doing well. I'm making progress. I'm building my business. I'm getting my house in order. I'm being a good mom. I'm being a good wife. All of these things you're going to make up your own mantra. You don't have to have like my words. But let me tell you what I wrote down. I love my body. I feed my body well. I move my body well. I love my mind. I'm bringing every thought captive. I create love, joy, and peace for myself and those around me. I love my spirit. It is made in the image of God, and I can and I will be God's instrument of good in the world. I am a blitz queen. I can change my environment to reflect my peace, love, and joy. This is a great day to be alive. That's what you're going to say at the end. That's what I'm saying to myself at the end of the day. But hey, look in the mirror and greet yourself and like, you're doing it, you're making progress, we're doing this thing. Okay? Does that make sense? So this week has been really good for me. I've made this is like more of the check-in from the challenge thing, is I've been doing really well with my water and been doing really well with my movement and my reading, and I'm excited and I'm making these things habits, and I know that everybody else is too that's in the group, and I appreciate that. Let me see, what else? I feel like I was going to say something else. Sorry. Oh, yes. This is really made a big impression on me this morning. True personal integrity is when our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, our desires, and our behaviors are all in alignment. Do you have all of that in alignment? Okay? I hope that you do. So great to see you. And I am looking for this. This will be fun when the repairman gets here. Like, oh, you came to fix my desk. I'm so happy to see you. So we'll see how it goes. Now I know you're gonna forget because, like, I already forgot from the time I got done doing my quiet time till my daughter woke up. But just double back, and the next time you see that person, do it. So I don't expect perfection, but I expect progress, and I want you to like write out your mantra of what you want to say when you see yourself in the mirror. Go take it, go put it up on the mirror. And guess where else there's a mirror? In your car, the rear view mirror. When you get in the car, look in the mirror and say your mantra to yourself in the car. And hey, if you catch the eye of any other driver, smile. Okay, you're probably never going to see them again. Doesn't matter if they think you're kooky, right? Spread the joy. Let's do it.